Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ksenia, if that's your first video that you're watching here, and welcome to another Belgrade vlog. As you saw, we finally made it to Emma pizza place. We didn't eat pizza though because we came for breakfast, and they had a really good, I guess it's Egg Benedict, I can't even remember what the name was, but yeah, they had, the food was great, design was good, and I feel like because it was rather empty, because it was early in the morning, only a few tables were taken. You know, they have a very tiny non-smoking area, so I feel like the air was great, and they obviously have aircon working and so on, but I'm not sure it's going to be as convenient if you're a non-smoker during the nighttime when when all the seats are taken. And I really want to come back there for dinner sometime, for pizza with wine. And the past few weeks, they've been great. I haven't done a shitty job recording it. I think I don't even remember like what I vlogged at this point, just random things. But my parents were here, my dad stayed for I think like a couple of weeks, my mom stayed for a month, and then my best friend came over with her boyfriend, and so it was a lot of socializing, a lot of catching up. It was great, and obviously also the weather was fine. It did snow for a few days, for a couple of days I'd say, and Cookie, our dog, enjoyed it a lot because she's a big fan of snow. But other than that, I just remember the past month and a half, I think, just sitting outside in the sunshine, enjoying ourselves, drinking Aperols or just people watching and getting tanned slightly with the winter sun. It was great. I love it. It was really good. And we've also obviously I've been to the National Museum already, and I also took my mom this time because she hasn't been, and this was the first time, so it made sense to go. So we went there. It was great. Actually, I didn't know that on Sundays the ticket is free to the museum, so there were a bit more people than we expected, but it was also Sunday, so I don't know. So I recommend going on a weekday if you really want to just enjoy it and have the museum to yourself. But also we went to Zepter Museum, which I have honestly not even heard of, which I guess is embarrassing, but I don't care. So a friend of ours suggested, and we went all together with my mom, with my friend Alexander, other friends, so it was a big group. And there they have, it's also not too big, but it has a nice collection, I think. A lot to see, a lot to enjoy. It's modern art, modern and contemporary art only, so if you are into that, I would definitely recommend it. I've been walking past the Zepter Museum, what it turned out, many times, but they also have a shop next to it, so I just assumed it's all a shop, and I've never went inside, but yeah, it's lovely, and it's located in the building of the bank, and the lady working there, she said that it was not renovated or changed, anything like that, so it's a historic building and it looks magnificent inside, so you can also go to check out if you're a fan of like interior or architecture in general. And yeah, other than that, we were obviously doing our work and boring things like that, but also I'm still running. I'm not filming it as much because I feel like there's only, again, so much you can record when you're running. You're just running. It's all the same locations, all the same parks, so it's not really exciting. We've been going back to places, like we went to La Taqueria, and it was lovely again. Like the portions, when they bring them out, you don't think that it's too big, but then you're really full by the time you're finishing it, so you never really want anything extra or dessert. I feel like it's really nice. And I also finally went to try out the little pancakes place, which was really sweet. Honestly though, pancakes, we also had them to go, and they were beautifully packaged. Just the lady packed it for us so nicely, and she said she's doing it for everyone, so I feel like that's a lot of extra work, but it was lovely. So we took them home, and I only ate mine like maybe 15 minutes past they were prepared, and I didn't take any toppings because all the toppings were like sugary and things like that. I just had the pancakes, so just by themselves I don't think they're the best unfortunately, I have to say, but yeah, it's just a cute concept with those little pancakes. I definitely recommend still going there. Yeah, so this was a very random little catch-up on what I've been up to. We also have a little trip planned out for the end of March, so I'm hopefully gonna vlog there and show you what we're doing. But for now, we're in Belgrade. We're gonna spend the beginning of spring here, and right now we're gonna take Cookie for a walk. We're gonna go to this area behind Kalemegdan, behind the fortress, like in the lower part of the park. I don't know if that's still Kalemegdan technically or not. But yeah, the weather is lovely and it's Sunday and like why not? So we're gonna go there now and hopefully Cookie will find some dogs to play with and we're just gonna enjoy the beautiful weather. We were walking just around the park in a lower part of Kalimegdan and decided to randomly climb to see this thing. It's obviously remains of something, I have no idea what. I should probably read more about Belgrade history now that I'm living here. But yeah, some other day. But I'm promising I'll do that. And yeah, it's in general such a nice, cool place to walk around with your dog, especially on the weekend. Now it's sunny, a lot of people are here. So yeah, definitely recommend if you've for some reason live in Belgrade and have not been here just like we haven't. Cookie! I think it's currently maybe 17 degrees, 18 degrees above zero, and it's barely like 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm just sitting in the Kalimegdan fortress, somewhere in here, and I have no intention of moving anywhere. I have my audiobook with me, sun is shining, I just finished my decaf, and life is good. If tomorrow the weather is going to be just as good as today, I think I'll come back here with a book. And I'm gonna spend maybe like an hour reading here because I think it would be a great start to the day, really, before you get to do any work, before any craziness starts. So yeah, hopefully it's gonna be sunny and hot tomorrow. think it's time to end this vlog, but before I do, I want to quickly show you 5 books that I've recently purchased. And I've also, someone reminded me in the comments, and also I've been thinking about it for a while, that I was planning to buy some Serbian authors, but then I completely forgot about it. So I should do that as well. But here we have all of them, English-speaking authors, I think. And first I got 2 books by Iris Murdoch, The Bell and The Sandcastle. And I've already read this one actually, and it's really cool. It talks about like a guy who works in some small town's school. He's married, he has ambition, he wants to be a member of parliament for the Labour Party, and like life is going well, they're middle-aged, and then a painter comes to the town to paint like a headmaster, I think, or someone else in the school. And basically our middle-aged guy, Bill, he falls in love with the painter falls in love with him, and yeah, it's, you know, the story continues. It's a good book, but I would say that it's not better than The Sea by Iris Murdoch as well, or The Black Prince. So if you haven't read those 2, I definitely recommend studying with them. But yeah, The Sandcastle was pretty good as well. The Bell also is Iris Murdoch, and it talks about some kind of cult, and there's a woman, a wife, who left her husband, but she's now returning to him, and I don't know left like in what sense, whether they like divorced or she just, I don't know, got sick of him and decided to leave for a few weeks. But anyway, she comes back and she like rejoins this cult or something. And I say cult, but here it's called a community, but you know, I think, you know, it's really a cult. Yeah, and they find the bell, which is some kind of legendary symbol of religion and magic, as it's written here, and the life of this little community changes, and yeah, I think people will probably go crazy and be extra religious or something. But yeah, so I really like how Iris Murdoch writes, and I'm very happy that I found 2 of those books. I'm gonna see if maybe there's gonna be something else by her in the shops as well. The next book is The 7 Moons of Maali Almeida. The author is Shehan Karunatilaka, and that's a Men's Booker winner. And this is a story that everything's happening in Sri Lanka, I think, in the time of the Civil War. And Maali Almeida is a photographer, a war photographer, I think. Yeah, and he dies, and he finds himself in some kind of office space for the dead people, where he needs to like grant a visa or something to go to heaven, and he has 7 months or 7 moons to make contact with the people who are alive and who love him, and to make them find the photos that he's taken before he died. So I would imagine his death has something to do with those photos, and they should be very like helpful to the cause in the Civil War. I hope I'll enjoy this. If you've read this already, please let me know. And the last couple of books, yeah, is kind of like, yeah, I don't know if they'll be super good, but I'm hoping they will be. The first one is The Golden Enclaves. It's the 3rd book by Naomi Novik. This is kind of teenage young adultish story about a dark magic school, not dark magic, but a school where there's a lot of dark magic and a lot of monsters who are trying to kill students at all times. And I've finished the 2nd book, where they were going through the graduation process, which again is like a big massacre. Basically all students are running from one door to the other through the hall, and then a bunch of monsters is trying to kill them, and they need to like survive it, and that's the graduation. And here we're gonna catch a bit of this ending of the graduation ceremony, and I think then next steps, what they're gonna do with their lives once they're out of school. And I think this should be the final one, but maybe not, but that's the latest book, at least that's out, so we'll see about that. And Hellbent is a book by Leigh Bardugo. It's like a part 2 of, again, another series. The first one is Home 9? Ninth House, yeah. And that's again like Yale setting. There are some secret societies that perform some ceremonies, and there's magic involved, and if they're not careful, people are dying or people are suffering. So we have this girl who's an outcast, and she's brought to Yale thanks to her like powers and strengths, and she is set like kind of as a a watchdog for those secrets, for those societies, for those houses, yeah, for 8 houses, and she's supposed to go to all of their ceremonies to watch that they're not doing anything like illegal, but illegal in terms of their own rules, not what we understand as illegal, so that those ceremonies don't cause too much damage, too much death or pain or whatever. And she's failing a bit sometimes. And also at the end of the book something happens, and now they have this mission that they need to embark on, and I think this book will be all about this new mission. I read the first part, gosh, maybe 4 years ago, so I can't say that I remember that much from it, but I think it'll come back to me once I start reading the second book. So yeah, those are my latest book purchases. If you've been reading anything interesting, let me know as well. If you read any of the books I talk about, please also let me know how you like them. And I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching this vlog, although I don't know if it's going to be very long in terms of minutes. I've been filming it for 500 million years, and I'm hoping to return with a bit more consistent and timely vlogs. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!